Disposing of or canceling animals once they leave the herd is a good way to maintain a current inventory of animals and also a way to track the reasons why animals are leaving the herd. There are numerous places in your login account where disposal information can be entered on animals. Some of these include through the Registered Herd Inventory, Cancel Unregistered Calf List, AHIR data entry pages, or the Inventory Reporting List. Note that canceled animals can be viewed anytime by clicking on the My Herd tab, hovering over Animal Lists, and selecting Canceled Animals. You can also view canceled animals in the Angus mobile app. First, we will look at how to enter disposal information for registered animals in your herd. To do this, you will want to go to your Registered Herd Inventory. This can be accessed in Login by clicking on the My Herd tab, hovering over Animal Lists, and selecting Registered Herd Inventory. If you wish to see all the animals in your Registered Herd Inventory, leave the filters boxes blank and click Search. If you want to narrow your search, you can filter by various criteria, such as tattoo or tag number, birth date range, sex, registration number, or by selecting a specific set of animals that you have created. Once you have entered any filter criteria you want, click Search. This will pull up your Registered Herd Inventory. To dispose of an animal, find the animal and click the blue notepad icon in the Cancel column on the far left-hand side. On this page, you will see a field where a disposal code can be selected. Click the drop-down arrow to see a list of available disposal codes. This will show the disposal codes that can be selected for the animal. Each class of animals will have different disposal codes available to use for their disposal based on their age and sex. For example, mature bulls would have a disposal code of cold for failed breeding soundness exam that would not be available to use for mature females. Some of the options on the list will have a little black arrow next to them. If you click on one of these arrows, the list will expand to show more detailed options related to the disposal code that can be selected. When entering disposal codes, it is best to be as specific as possible. Once you have selected the disposal code, you will also need to enter the date for the disposal. If you do not know the exact date of disposal, please try to get as close as possible to when the animal left the herd. For the date, you can either type it into the box or click on the calendar icon to select the date. If you do not select a date, then it will default to today's date. Once you have entered the disposal code and date, click Save at the bottom of the page. This will add the record to the cart. You must check out your cart in order for the data to be submitted to the association. Next, we will look at how to enter disposal information for unregistered calves in your herd. These are animals that have been reported and have a BIR number, but have not been registered. Unregistered calves can be canceled through Login by clicking on the My Herd tab, hovering over Animal Lists, and selecting Cancel Unregistered Calf List. You can then narrow the search to a group of animals by entering identification information with the available filters. Or if you wish to see all the unregistered calves under 2 years of age in your online inventory, click Search. Once you have found an animal you wish to cancel, click the blue plus sign in the Add Edit column on the left-hand side of the screen. Click the drop-down menu under Disposal Code to see options for disposal. If there is an arrow next to the disposal code, clicking it will show more detailed options related to that disposal code that can be selected. Each disposal code must be submitted with a disposal date, which you can type in or click on the calendar to select a date. If you do not know the exact date the animal left the herd, enter one as close as possible. Once you have entered the disposal information, click the Save button at the bottom of your screen, which will add the record to the cart. The data will be submitted to the association once you check out your cart. Next, we will look at how to enter disposal information for mature females. One way that this can be done is to click the Submit Data tab, then hover over AHIR Performance and select Mature Cow Data. You can select to see all the eligible dams in your herd, or you can narrow your search by working with a specific dam set. Once you have made your selection, click the Search button to pull up the list of females. On the list, find the female you are wanting to enter the data for and click the blue plus sign in the Add Edit column on the left-hand side. This page will include several data points that can be submitted for mature females. Towards the bottom of the page, there is a section for entering the disposal code. Just like with the registered herd inventory and unregistered calf list, there will be several options in the drop-down menu. If a disposal code on the list has a little black triangle next to it, you can click on it to see more detailed options related to that disposal code. Once you have selected the disposal code, you will need to enter a disposal date. You can either type the date or use the calendar icon to select the date the female left the herd. Once you have entered the disposal information, click the Save button at the bottom of your screen, which will add the record to the cart. The data will be submitted to the association once you check out your cart. If you are enrolled in inventory reporting, you can also dispose of mature females through the herd inventory list. To access your inventory, go to the homepage of Login, find the box labeled Inventory Reporting, and click the blue Manage Herd Inventory button. This is your herd inventory list. Once on the list, find the dam you wish to dispose of, and find the disposal column to the far right. Click the drop-down arrow to see the disposal code options. If there is an arrow next to the disposal code, clicking it will show more detailed options related to that disposal code that can be used. Once a disposal code is selected for a female, the record will be automatically added to the cart as mature cow data. The cart will have to be checked out in order for the information to be submitted to the association. If you accidentally selected a disposal for a female, you can delete it from the cart. For calves, disposal codes can also be added to their calving or weaning records if they die young or leave the herd. To create a calving weaning record, click on the Submit Data tab, then hover over AHIR Performance and select Calving Weaning. Next, you can narrow your search by using one of the filter options, or simply return all dams by clicking Search. This will return a list of dams. Find the dam of the calf you wish to dispose of. Click on the blue arrow in the Add Edit column on the left-hand side of the screen to create a new calving weaning record for a calf, or to edit the one that already exists. On the data entry page for calving and weaning, there will be two places to enter a disposal code for the calf. The first is under the birth section and is for a birth disposal code. If a female has had her calf, but the calf dies between the time of birth and the time of weaning, a birth disposal code needs to be entered for the calf. This will still give credit on the female's record for her having a calf and can be useful in tracking why calves may be lost early in life. Ensuring these codes are entered will be especially important for those enrolled in inventory reporting, since they will contribute to the annual records required for females. The second place that a disposal code for a calf can be entered on the calving weaning data entry page is under the weaning section. This would be for calves who were weaned with the rest of the herd, but left the herd shortly after, either due to being culled, sold, or dying. Once you have entered all the required information for the calving weaning record, scroll to the bottom of the screen to save the record to the cart. These are just a few of the ways that you can enter disposal information on the animals in your herd. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out through Message Center on Login or by calling the association.